Om Shanti, and welcome Soul to Soul. This is Rose from Glasgow Brahma Kumari's Inner Space, and today we're looking at how to get the balance right. Balance is incredibly important, keeps you steady. And so let's look at what is the most important thing in your life, and where is it that you put your energy and your time, and ask ourselves, do I waste my time? And then ask yourself, what am I doing? And then ask another question, who am I with? And then again, what am I thinking? Where do my thoughts go? What attracts my thoughts the most? So let's look at, should you make plans, set goals, and timetable your life? Some of us love that, other people not so keen on that. So how do you get the balance right and be able to juggle all the people and roles that come into your life? And so, is there another way to be? Is there another way? Can I do this different? And we can say yes, make plans, but don't get too carried away. Don't get fanatical about achieving every deadline and goal that you set. Or we can get most nitpicking and frustrated. So perhaps the most important question is not what are you doing, but rather what are you thinking? So you're listening to this because you're curious about the bigger questions in life. So what is the purpose of your life? Why are we here? We often used to ask ourselves that. How did I get here? Why am I here? And what is this all about? How can I make sense of this seemingly chaotic swirl of energy around me? How can I make sense? Who am I within all of this? Who am I? So if I want to get the balance right, I need time every day to contemplate the big questions and to meditate on these. To get the balance right, perhaps the most important thing is to put me first. How am I? How am I feeling? What am I doing? How happy am I? How comfortable am I? And care for the inner being, and then timetables and goals, planning and juggling life will seem less daunting. Balance will be more about being me and less about deadlines, stress and to-do lists. It's pretty dull if I think of it that way, you know, all I'm thinking about is what I have to do, how I have to do it, how can I make this work? And all I have to do is allow me to work, to be me, and be content with me. Okay.
So that's interesting. It's almost like you're saying the creativity is in me, and I need to be fully aware of that in order to have a fulfilling, creative, balanced life. If I just keep externally creating, doing, it'll actually be quite dull.
Mm-hmm. It will be very dull and tedious, and it will sort of take away my enthusiasm for life, to be honest. Because when I'm doing, creating in the wrong way, it's as though I'm being controlled. My free will have disappeared. I can't have free will if I'm not being me. I'm the one with free will. And Raj Yoga teaches me that is my future, to have free will. But I have to put my house in order, meanwhile, in the present. So it is a balance, very much a balance. But self-appreciation comes to the top of the list, because we have so many beautiful characteristics, and we don't look at that, so we're so busy forcing the self in this shape and that shape. So yeah, it's great to have lists, but what are we going to do with the lists? Okay.
Yeah, because I can lose myself in just lists and plans and deadlines, as you were saying, and I lose that creative spark when I take time. Do you always take time to sit and think before embarking on something new, or a project, or or a day?
Me, I look at everything in advance. It might not seem like it, but I go through how possible it is. What are the possibilities? And sometimes it's something that doesn't appear to have very many possibilities, so I put it to the side. And if it's something that I'm about to do, I'll look at the best way possible to do it. And it's me that's doing it, and it's me that's empowering it, and it's me that's switched the switch of this is what we're going to do. This is the best way forward for me. And by doing it this way, it becomes very, very helpful for others. Because it's not me in the wrong way, but it's me not making mistakes to cause damage in the wrong way. Yes, that's quite something to think about.
Maybe that is the spark of magic then that keeps the balance, is that word you said, like, to bring benefit.
Yeah.
So when I forget that and I get caught up in the task or the thing to do, or it gets too much about me and what I've got to do, and I forget that the whole purpose is to uplift or bring benefit or add something to life.
Yeah. And when I get caught up in the task, it's a heavy task, it's a physical task quite often, and it drains my energy. And then I can think, oh, I can get careless, because I'm not really enthusiastic about that aspect. But when I think it's me that can do the best I can here, then I can go through it action by action to myself and see, would that work? And then I can see what I first thought, no, that would not work. So I can look at it again and think, now if I just do it that way, that would work. And that way I'm not draining my life energy to such a big extent, and that way I'm not arrogant and me, but I'm being helpful and useful.
So actually you do super plan and set timetables and goals, but it's with an absolute quality through it. It's not just robotic, mechanical. You said it's important as well to spend time looking at the big questions. What's my purpose? Why am I here? What's it all about? How can I make sense of everything? Who am I? How do you not get lost in those questions? You know, like your head just sort of spins off into constant contemplation and you don't actually engage and be active and come into connection enough with others in the physical world. Because you could just like sit on a mountain and think about those things from now till whenever.
Well, you do sit on a mountain, you sit at a quiet little home, and what is the purpose of your life? We're told through meditation it's to be happy. Why are we here? Well, we're here, there's not much we can do about it. We're actually here and we're living a life. And what's it all about? It's about being with others on this planet called Earth. How can I make sense of this seeming chaos? Well, all I can do is not be creating chaos myself, come away from the chaos. If others create chaos and there is chaos, that's what others are doing. Who am I? I'm a soul. I'm a being of energy, a being of light, a thinking being. So let me become that thinking, thoughtful being of light.
Do you think when you meditate you unpack more chaos that was maybe hidden inside you that you didn't even know was there?
Well, I think so, because we were not looking carefully at our thoughts, words and deeds before. We weren't looking. We were just taking what was there and just doing the best we could, with good or indifferent. But now we're careful.
So to get the balance right, you said I have to put me first, but not slip into me.
Yeah.
It's all about me, pushing the self to the front all the time. What do you mean then, put me first?
To know that I'm a being of energy and my energy is important. It's important to me because I'm purifying my energy. It's important to others because they'll feel good energy, good vibrations, good feelings. And if I leave myself away to the side, they're left with their own energy, impulses and vibrations, which maybe they've not focused on very much, and they might be a bit sort of aggressive and angry at times and fed up and despondent. So I don't want someone who's aggressive and despondent's energy to be the front. The only energy I can rely on is what I'm doing with my energy. And if I keep my energy as best I can, aware of being the soul and connected to the one above as best I can, and know that I'm here to do a task and do the task as best as I can. That is what it is to keep me to the front. Not in an aggressive way, not in an ego way, but in a very sensible way that let me keep putting good energy here. Even someone is very overwhelming and pushes themselves and starts giving the rules and regulations, then that's fine, just don't get in there, just keep your energy up and running. Okay?
And connecting to the one above.
And connecting to the one above, because that's the one that's purifying everyone, giving us all back our strength.
Why is that one above so elusive, like so quiet?
Because the one above is the ocean of all the qualities we've lost, and that one above knows that everything every human being's looking for, he has. So he's the treasure store with all our wonderful characteristics, and the only place we're going to regain them is through remembering that one.
So the divine, what form is the divine? How do I visualise, or do I chat? Do I sit in silence?
You can do whatever you like. The divine is a point of light, I can start to create a relationship. I can feel feelings of trust. These are all important. I can have, it's called having faith in the energy of that one. I know that that one has all my lost energies. And if I want them back, I need to appreciate the value of that soul.
It's like going to lost and found.
Yeah,
property.
lost and found.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And then back to that point about chaos, you know, because when people would talk about the divine, would think, well, why is there all the chaos?
Because the divine cannot interfere. But when we're aware that the divine has now come to the front in the drama, it's up to us to communicate with that one.
Okay.
And find out how it all fits together. But that one would never interfere in our lives, no matter what we do.
Okay. So it's like there's this radio show on, but I need to tune in to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're saying the divine doesn't interfere, God doesn't interfere and sort everything out?
True. Yeah. Because that would be a kind of force.
And God is not forceful?
Not in the least forceful. He already has all the energy, all the power, all the understanding, and is allowing us to connect through meditation, and we can partake of whatever we wish from that soul. But he will never come and enter us as such. Because every soul has its own space, its own dignity, its own energy. Om Shanti. This is a meditation on balance. And we're going to look at what's the most important thing to you in your life. And where do you put your energy and time? So in Raja Yoga we look at our energy in the center of our forehead. I am energy. I am a soul. I need to think about this over and over, and this gives me power to look at things that are happening to me and around me. Are you aware of how you spend your time? I ask myself, do I waste time? Time is so precious. So what am I doing and who am I with? And what am I thinking? Should we make plans or set goals? Make a timetable. So how can we get this balance right? And interact beautifully with all the people and roles in our lives. And is there another way to be? So keep remembering I am the energy in the center of my forehead. I am a soul. Perhaps the most important question is not what are you doing, but maybe what are you thinking? You're listening to this because you're curious about the bigger questions in life. So ask the self, what is my purpose in life? Why are we here? What is this all about? I'm peace, I'm energy, I'm loving, I'm kind. So how can I make sense of this chaos? Who am I? To get the balance right, I need time every day to think about the big questions. And meditate on these. To get the balance right, perhaps the most important thing is to put me first. So when I look after the inner self, and then I look at timetables and planning and etc., then maybe life will seem less daunting. So balance will be more about being me and less about stress and lists of what I should do. I am energy in the center of my forehead, and I think of myself and begin to see others as energy. And remember the one above, who's the supreme energy, supreme soul, the one who sees me at my best. Free from worries. The best me that's possible. That one has that vision of me. I, the soul. I am the soul. So I think of the one above. And I listen to this because I want to be the best version of me that I can be. And for that I need to practice soul consciousness over and over. See others also with that vision of being the soul. Om Shanti.